Good morning. Just like that, we're sliding into the end of the week because, wow, is it slippery out there.
Wow. Thank goodness there's no cameras out my back door to see like how I came out of the house this morning. Because I was like, wow!
I was doing the little penguin walk.
Yeah, it's a little tricky. Good morning, TV family. Emily, Brian, get on in here. How are you guys doing?
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Oh yeah, it's slippery. Yay, Friday!
Yes. Yeah,
Thank you to all of the Salters and Sanders out there today because and the Briners.
Yep.
Yes,
Briner.
Because when I came out and I was like walking like this to my car, there was somebody going by, a salt truck going by the house, and then coming down, I followed down the access. I followed a Briner truck.
Good plan, because it's really slippery in a lot of areas, and you like that word accretion.
Accretion.
There was accretion on my car.
Yeah, exactly.
Where'd my pen go?
And all over. No, we can't go any farther without a pen.
Wait, I'll get.
We've got to have a pen for
my
Tim.
magic
Tim
pencil.
can't do anything without a pen.
Found it.
Yeah. Okay. Now we can continue.
Back to you, Brian.
Back to the show.
Accretion.
Accretion, yes. The trees and everything covered in ice this morning in a lot of areas, never mind the highways. Yeah, I stepped out the back door this morning, and of course it's really dark, and the dogs had been out, and I took a step and I slipped, and I thought, oh no, I didn't step in a big pile of
dog accretion.
Yeah, dog accretion. The next step was just
that one too.
Yeah, the next step was just as slippery. So I thought, okay, I'm okay. It's just a little bit of ice. It's not that.
You don't want that
pile.
brown accretion on your boots.
That's right.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, you were on fire this
We
Friday.
don't want one of those. No, particularly when they're mastiffs.
Well, yes, your dogs would be quite big, I would think.
Exactly. You want
over
to talk about horse poos?
Look where our show has gone already.
Isn't it a fun way to start a Friday morning? All right, let's talk about what we have right now.
We're starting off our Friday chit chat with Emily.
Friday. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
Yes.
The family of Bruce Willis put out an announcement yesterday. They have announced that he is suffering from dementia. I think that is so important that they've all rallied around him together, like they always have. They've always been on very good terms and best of friends. It's very sad to see, but I love that he's got a good support system.
He would be
67.
Yeah, wow.
And
so
much
early.
like when we were talking about Celine Dion, just awful situations, but if it brings awareness to a disease that many people suffer, that you don't hear as much
and
about.
that many families have to deal with.
Because they didn't know that what the longest time it was, because he was having real memory loss.
Yeah, they thought it was just a kind of a cognitive ability.
Because even in this movie that's coming out, he had to wear an earpiece for his lines.
So he could.
Because he
Remember.
couldn't remember his lines.
Yeah.
So in this movie, maybe even a couple, like it was getting progressively worse, and that's when they recognized that he couldn't.
Yeah. Well, it needed to get worse for them to be able to diagnose it, which is unfortunate, but at the same time, it's a kind of a relief, like they said.
The great thing about movies, they'll always be around. And his catalog of movies, he has well over 100 movies.
Like, well over 100.
Would you have a favorite? Like, I don't
No,
know.
well, Die Hard.
Is Die Hard like...
Well, I think that's just like the one that everybody knows.
The Fifth Element is really good.
Yeah.
Really good. Sixth Sense, obviously, too.
Yeah, he's done so many.
Yeah, I would have to say Sixth Sense is more, because he wasn't really an action hero in
Is that the one where
it's,
I see dead people?
Yes.
Yeah, I never saw that. It freaked me out. I was like, kids seeing dead people?
It's a really
No
good
thanks.
movie. It's a really good
When you know what happens in it, seeing it now is not the same.
No, but I found that when I watched it, when I did know what happened,
it was better?
It was even better than the first time that I watched it, and I didn't know what happened.
Interesting. Yeah. All right, well, do you love pets in movies and have 48 hours to spare? Because if you do, this job might be perfect for you. But you can also apply online at petable.com. Applications are open until March 6th. Now, producer Tansy and I were talking about this because she would obviously love to do it. I would love to do it. You would probably love to do it. But dog movies, a lot of times the dog dies. And I can't do that.
Old Yeller.
Right? Like I can't.
He's not on the list.
Not an Air Bud. Where's Air Bud on that?
Right?
Air
Like,
Bud?
I can't
a dog
do
that plays
that.
basketball? Come on, that is gold right
But that list was okay. So if it was something like that, I'd be okay. But if there was a death, like Turner and Hooch or something, like, nah.
Okay.
Does that happen in Turner and Hooch?
Oh no.
Brian's standing by in his box.
Hi,
We got to go to him. When Brian pops up in the box, we got to go.
I'm in my box here. I'm in my box, yes. I'm in my spot, too. Okay.
Good morning, 7 o'clock on your Friday morning. It is a slippery one. Winter is back and she's angry.
Yeah, she's like, I wasn't here this week,
not
so
done with you yet.
I don't know what I'm going to throw at you, so I'm going to throw a little bit of everything at you. Let's bring the family
And
in.
it was the weirdest sound this morning when I got out the door. Okay, you're watching the ground because it's so slippery out. But the rain was like tick, 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 tick.
Sorry, what was it?
It was like again, really?
It was like these icy little pellets, but it was still raining, and I'm like, okay.
Did you guys need, Emily, did you need the scraper this morning?
No.
I didn't need the scraper either.
I did.
You did?
Yeah.
I just got the windshield wipers going really fast.
I don't know. I think it's because I'm so close to the lake, and I'm not being.
Could be.
I'm so close to the lake. It's so bougie. I'm so close to the water.
Could be.
A lot of it was melted. A lot of it was just slush. I didn't have that type of accretion that everybody else did.
And we have had accretion in a lot of areas. Oh yeah,
But
some
I did
areas
think
really
of accretion.
thick.
Let's see how many times we can say it.
I
this
know,
morning.
right? There we
How
go.
many times can I say that word?
Sean, who is the brand manager for GMC trucks here at the International Auto Show in Toronto, joining me now with one of the coolest cars I think I've ever seen. This is incredible. I remember Hummers back in the day. They didn't look like this.
Not at all. So this is the brand new, first ever GMC Hummer EV all-electric super truck.
Wow. This is incredible. What makes it so super?
So this was a purpose-built EV vehicle designed from the ground up to provide exceptional capabilities both on and off-road with really a zero compromise experience. And of course, the best part of this vehicle is there's absolutely no tailpipe emissions.
It's so quiet in here. They're having some test drives of cars going around. You hear nothing but the rubber on the pavement. That's it. It's so cool. Some of the interior features, are they customizable?
Yes, so all the screens are color customizable screens. We worked with Unreal engines to help design those and get them perfect for our customers.
Oh my gosh, that's so great. So you can do a lot of customization with every single vehicle, correct?
Absolutely, yes.
So you can get in, you can choose the color of the car, the color of your seats, all the bells and whistles, and you can either have it fully loaded or not so much.
Yeah, so we'll have we're introducing the Hummer model. We're introducing it with the Hummer EV Edition 1, and then beyond that, you'll be able to select a couple other trim options that will be available.
Can we get in it?
Absolutely,
Okay,
let's go.
get in it. I'm super excited. Yeah, I remember driving around in a Hummer, and I'm not going to date myself, so I'm not going to say when it was, but it was a long time ago. Okay, some of the features. Show me what you got.
So what we're going to demonstrate here is rear wheel steer featuring crab walk.
Crab walk, is that like the party trick?
Exactly. So what that allows customers to do is turn both the front and the rear wheels at the same angle up to 10 degrees to drive on a diagonal. So picture, we've got a pylon in front of us, but picture that you're in an off-road trail. Maybe that's a boulder that you don't have room to go around. So you need to find a way to maneuver around it. And that's what we're going to demonstrate here.
This is so cool. This is like so, it's so futuristic to me. And I'm not, a huge car person, so I don't know a ton about cars, but this just seems so technically advanced.
Absolutely. So we put on the crab walk mode. We approach the obstacle in our direction. And as you see, when you turn the wheel, both the front and rear wheels will turn at the same time, allowing you to drive on a diagonal.
And it's so smooth.
Absolutely.
Like you really feel like you're driving your living room around right now.
No kidding.
It is so incredible. I mean, we're on a very smooth surface, yes. Any other really cool features you want to share with us?
So a big part of this is, obviously this does allow for rear wheel steer, which what I can show here is there's quite a small turning radius of this vehicle.
Whoa!
And I apologize for the cones here. So as you can see, it's quite a large vehicle
but
with a
your
very small
radius,
turning radius.
You're turning like you're on rails.
Exactly.
That's super cool.
But yeah, really the focus here was that we wanted to create a vehicle with excellent maneuverability both on and off the road. And by allowing those rear wheels to turn with the front, you really provide an exceptional driving experience.
All right, well, thanks so much, Sean. This has been a ton of fun. Our
My
tour
pleasure.
of the International Auto Show continues after this. Lots more coming up on Morning Live.
Thank you, Brian.
All right, so what do you got?
All right, well, how much do you guys love this guy? I love him, Eugene Levy. Apparently, he doesn't like to travel, so it only makes sense that he's starring in a new travel show titled The Reluctant Traveler.
But I guess before Schitt's Creek knew him from American Pie.
Yep.
Those would be the movies, I guess you would know.
Yep.
So he has been like opened up to a whole other
new world
of people that
because
might
of
not
Schitt's Creek.
didn't know him as well.
Because American Pie definitely had its own little unique audience, but
sure,
it's a generational movie where kids coming up are still watching it. So by the time they get to adulthood, they'll know who Eugene Levy is. And I met Eugene Levy. He was sitting behind us at a Broadway show in New York City. We were at Chicago, and him and Martin Short were sitting behind us the entire time. And we turned around and we were like, oh, hi. And they were like, hi. And we told them we were Canadian, and their demeanor changed completely. As soon as we said we were Canadian, they were like, oh, hi. It was super cool.
Because he's got such a look, like with the eyebrows and the glasses, and it's, I don't know, Marty Short does too.
Well, I think they must have snuck in like when it had already started, because we had no idea until it was intermission, and we kind of were getting up out of our seats to go, and then we were like, oh my gosh. Yeah, it was hilarious.
Oh, that's a good story. I like that one.
Okay, Forbes magazine has compiled a list of the world's 10 highest paid entertainers, and the top one might surprise you. And then we've got Brad Pitt, Stones, Canadian Avatar, James Cameron, Taylor Swift, and Bad Bunny.
Okay.
I don't even know who he is.
Puerto Rico.
He's huge.
Yeah.
We have a huge birthday shout out, but before we get to that, coming up after 8 o'clock.
We've got some really cool ways to elevate your cup of tea. Brian, you're going to want to keep an eye on that one.
Oh,
Yes.
wow.
Right,
This is like right up in Ned's alley.
It's Friday, so another Music Friday, Niagara-based band, A Sea of Gold and Burgundy. That's a good name. Performs their latest single.
So, our best wishes, we got a couple of special birthday ones. So, from our CHCH family.
Yeah, it's kind of like Knight Rider on steroids. Officer Carrie Schmidt joining me with the OPP. This is a Corvette, right?
This is a beautiful car.
This is insane.
This is a Z06 2023 C8 Chevy Corvette. General Motors and Chevrolet were kind enough to loan it to us for the show. It will not be on the roads.
Oh, I was just about to say, is this your upgraded vehicle?
I know, but it's certainly turning a lot of heads here right now. We've got our other car, Chevy Tahoe. We've got a bunch of cars in the background here as well. And come on down, check it out. We're hiring. Anyone thinking about a career in law enforcement? This is kind of what we're doing. We're trying to cause some buzz, and there's been a lot of buzz with this car. The internet kind of broke when people started seeing this thing out on the highway over the weekend.
Wait, it was driving around on the highway?
No, it was trailer. You'll see the spy photos. People saw it as we were hauling it down here, and it certainly.
And everybody thought, oh my gosh, if those are the new OPPs, we are all in trouble right now.
Oh yeah, my phone blew up. But it was a lot of fun, and we finally pulled the covers off the mystery of why we're here, and we would love everyone to come by and check this car out, take some pictures, and talk to recruiters. If you have questions about the law, about the OPP, what we do across the province, again, here's an opportunity to have a great conversation.
And this will not be your car. This is not your trainer car. This is not the car you're going to start in. Maybe an upgrade in a few years from now. Any really cool special features that you think we should know about?
Well, Z06 C8 rear engine. I don't have all the horsepower specs on it. This is a fully.
But it's fast.
But yeah, it looks fast. It's just sitting here right now. Beautiful red leather interior, and big wide tires. It's an amazing car. And certainly it's getting all kinds of attention here from everybody that's walking by. And so if you want to come check it out, take a few pictures. We got a bunch of swag here as well.
Yeah, this is awesome.
And we got the EV test track behind us. There's all kinds
I
of
just got to go in the Hummer. It was
walking
a lot of fun.
by. So come on
super
by.
fun.
We'd love to meet you.
International Auto Show. Our tour continues on Morning Live. Stay with us.
It is Friday. It's a slippery Friday, but we're here.
Right? Good to have you here. Let's bring the TV family. Emily, Brian, come on in.
Here we are.
Hi.
My mic isn't on?
Oh,
Your mic isn't on?
why were you turning it off?
Maybe it's like a hint that I'm talking too much.
Maybe I turned it off.
No. If that was the case, we'd just get the hook.
Okay, I think I'm back on.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Can you hear me now?
Well, I
can
could
hear
hear
you
you
now.
before.
Yeah.
So if you turned it,
In the
if you
earpiece, I
turned
can
it
hear you.
off, you must have been having like a secret conversation.
No, what I was doing is I went to the bathroom, and here's what I. That's right.
All right, TMI, we're good.
No, but here's the thing. Here's what I used to didn't turn it off, and then I would try and like cover that so like the control room because they can always hear.
The control room has had too much.
Yeah, so then I do turn it off, and I normally put it on my front so I remember. But maybe I got into a conversation, I didn't turn it back on.
Okay.
Yeah.
So.
Now we know.
So wait, we're supposed to turn our microphones off when we go to the bathroom?
I don't know. Generally, that's what I was
totally
told.
don't.
Yeah,
Never.
okay, there you
I
go.
haven't for 17 years, so I'm really sorry.
Shoot, everybody.
Everyone.
Boy, the things you find out, don't you?
Well, everybody wash their hands, though, right?
That's right.
Yes.
Of course. Right.
That's
Brian,
that's the problem when you're wired for sound, you know.
Save us, Brian, as you usually do.
Please.
Okay, I'll try. I'll do my best on that one, Tim, for you.
The Canadian International Auto Show is where you need to be this weekend because it's the first time it's back since the pandemic started. So we've been off for 2 years. We're now back. We're with Ruben, who's with Mattel and Hot Wheels, and there's some really cool cars here to showcase.
Absolutely, yeah. We brought the best cars that we have at the Garage Legends of Hot Wheels. And as you can see here, we have the great Midas Monkey.
This is amazing. My 7-year-old son is coming through in jealousy out of me right now.
Absolutely, because you know what? I mean, Hot Wheels is not just a toy, it's an automotive legend. And we want to show the auto enthusiasts that they can also express their passion for cars by collecting Hot Wheels. That's why we brought this amazing fleet and we want to start showing them. So next to the Midas Monkey, we have our 2022 Hot Wheels Legends Tour winner.
That is so
Canadian winner.
cool. If I knew anything about car engines, I would think, oh, that's pretty sophisticated. I don't, but it looks neat.
And take a look at the interior, it's amazing.
Okay. Oh my gosh, the interior, the upholstery. It is so cool.
Yeah, so this is a Toyota Celica, and it was built by our very own from Windsor, Kevin Hutt, and he won last year the Hot Wheels Legends Tour in Canada.
No way.
Yes.
That is so cool. I love how you're getting so involved in the community and really kind of teaching people about cars and what's so special about them. And I just think it's really neat.
It's a very passionate community.
Yeah.
And we want to, reach out to them and show them how cool is collecting Hot Wheels and Hot Wheels overall.
Yeah, absolutely. What's this one right here? This is bopping.
So on our display, we also have some cars that have been submitted by people on the auto show, and we have chosen the cars that make you go wow. So along with the Hot Wheels fleet that we have brought, you will see some of these cars, and as you can see, these are all Ontario builds.
Wow,
so
1966.
Very excited to share the floor with them.
Okay, this is pretty cool. What is this? What kind of car
is Corvette.
this?
Yeah, a modified Corvette.
Modified Corvette.
And we have a very special car on the corner.
Is that the Batmobile?
No, it's not the Batmobile.
Because it looks like the Batmobile.
It's another movie star, though.
It is. Well, don't tell me now. Now I feel like I should know this. Garage of Legends. Oh, it's the Darth Vader car. Yes. I should have known that. Okay, tell me about this car.
So this is part of our Garage of Legends. It's one of the 25 cars that we own as Hot Wheels. It came all the way from El Segundo, and it's based on the iconic character, right? Star Wars.
It is so
As you can see on the side, it has lightsabers. It's a pretty cool build.
Wow, it does. It looks just like his helmet, but it's a car version.
Yeah. Here at the auto show during the next 2 days, the actual designer who designed this is going to be here on site. So you can get a chance to talk to him as well.
That's really cool.
Very exciting things happening at the auto show.
And if you bring your kids down, there's some Hot Wheels toys that you can play with as well. They can have a tour. I know my kids would just love this.
Absolutely. If we go over this side, we have the kids' zone, which we're going to be featuring some of our most iconic playsets and RC.
Yeah,
so
monster trucks.
Absolutely.
That's huge.
We have a remote control area here, so kids can be, playing around with remote control Hot Wheels.
Yeah.
And we have the playset area over there.
Yeah, my kids would never leave.
Yes, this is going to be very exciting.
Yeah.
It's going to be a fan favorite.
Yeah, I think so too.
If that is not enough, we have a Toys R Us store just going right outside our booth.
Okay.
Where you can get all these sets and all these remote control. Yes.
All right. Well, thanks so much, Ruben, for joining us, having a lot of fun here at the Canadian International Auto Show.
Thank you.
We stay cloudy on Family Day. Mixing is possible, precipitation. And 3, and then it gets chillier with some flurries as we get into next week a little bit further. All right, that's your forecast. Now, he's laughing already.
Right. Because I don't know, this is a good chat topic, I think.
Yeah, we're
Yes.
we've been chatting.
We're already into it.
Yeah. Okay, Live with Kelly and Ryan will soon be no more. Ryan Seacrest announced he will be leaving the...
Well, because we had Michael Strahan came through there.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And then he left.
But he got a great opportunity.
But he left before that. Like, because he was doing both.
No, he got Good Morning.
Yeah. I didn't want to put it like that.
But that's what I would have put it as. Okay, so Tim didn't say that. I said that.
Because I was just wondering, because is he leaving because he's busy with other stuff? Or is it like, that's a pretty good gig?
I think Ryan Seacrest, he is married to his job. Like,
yeah, he's overextended. Like, I wondered how long, when he started all those jobs, I'm like, okay, well, one of them's got to go soon because he's just going to break.
And I don't know, because like, think of the dedication we put into this morning show. This is our only show. He's got two
I know,
other
but he's
ones.
got so much other support.
He also has people.
He has people that will do. Like, he could show up probably.
You guys don't have people?
No, I have no people.
We get here on a hamster wheel and we're rolling. Get the show out here.
Don't tell these guys about my people because I have people.
What I find interesting, though, is that working with your husband on air. And because I say this because Liz and I were watching it on Monday. I wasn't working.
Yeah.
And then Liz could see Kelly. Mark was telling a story and just would kept talking.
Yeah.
And you could tell Kelly was just
Getting annoyed.
Get to it, Mark. Come on, get to the point of this story. You know, that's like the dynamic of working with your spouse.
I've done it. I did it for
Yeah?
a couple weeks.
Okay.
And there wasn't a lot of talking after we got home. Like, we did the morning show, and then as soon as we got home, like, we barely spoke to each other until the next morning.
Well, because you want to save that,
You want
right?
to save the good stuff. You want
No,
to authentic.
you're just tired of talking to each other. It's like, imagine going out for dinner and having like a 3 to 4 hour conversation, and there's like so much energy that you put into a morning show. So you've now spent all of your positive energy in those 4 hours, and then you have to talk to them again?
Because I try not, if we have stuff to say to each other, I try to save it because you want it to be authentic
fresh.
on camera.
Like a story or whatever.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
want the
Like
reaction.
The reaction rather than like you told them off camera.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Okay, this is just really cute that I wanted to show you guys because singer Carrie Underwood, I mean, she's got a bit of a Canadian connection. She's adopted a puppy from South Carolina. The singer shared a picture of the pup on Instagram. Are you kidding? Look at his ears. So she took her home and made her the newest part of the family. Oh my God.
She's married to, he's a former hockey, Mike Fisher.
Fisher.
Mike Fisher from Peterborough.
That's a Canadian
He
connection.
played on the
That's
Ottawa
good.
Senators for a long time.
Senators for a while, Nashville, that's where they met through them playing for the Predators.
Okay.
Okay, I saw some pretty cool cars yesterday at the auto show. Great place to head out this weekend if you're looking for something to do. 80s and 90s car and culture show, Oblivion. Here we are with Justin. Justin, this room is super cool. I'm loving the vibe. It's got Madonna on the stereo. We've got a bunch of cool 80s cars, board games, arcade. Tell me about the space.
Well, what you just said, the 80s and 90s are here and alive in Oblivion, and we love to bring this stuff back because it's about time.
Yeah.
If you enter this room and it doesn't trigger a memory in some of the Easter eggs we've hidden out throughout there, then we failed.
Okay.
I think we haven't.
Well, we're going to start looking for those Easter eggs right now. The first one I see is the Jurassic Park Jeep. That is so cool.
Yeah. One of our showgoers did an excellent job of recreating that replica. And it makes people remember that movie very quickly. It's very well done.
I remember the scene of the little girl in the back seat when the car is like getting crushed by one of the dinosaurs, and I'm thinking, oh gosh, somebody needs to save her.
And there's a surprising amount of detail that goes into these replicas.
I believe it.
We'll get to in a moment.
Okay, I think this is probably my favorite car of the entire auto show, and I have driven in the electric Hummer, and I have also seen the OPP Corvette. So this is saying a lot.
It does say a lot.
The DeLorean.
Yes.
This looks exactly.
Yeah, it's a fairly.
This is a replica.
It's a fairly screen-accurate replica done by my friend Ken Kapolowski. So I do the mechanical part of this vehicle. I own Wells Auto, which is a DeLorean dealership, but the time machine bit is done by my friend Ken. Wow. So we don't generally build time machines, and we don't really, but he has gone to Universal Studios, worked on the original car that you see in the movie, and his car is modeled after that. So the detail you see in here, and every time I drive this car and I need to remember how to turn something on, I'm like, well, how did it work in the movie? Oh, I know.
No, you remember Michael J. Fox being like,
And
how did he do this? Marty
And
McFly.
if there's something that doesn't work like it did in the movie, I ask Ken why.
So, but are you putting bananas in the flux capacitor?
Well, you know what? I was about to say the Mr. Fusion's not on this version, so if you put that in the plutonium chamber, it won't work.
No, I didn't think so. Oh my gosh, I totally remember those paintings. What were they called?
Magic Eye. And we have Magic Eye all throughout this entire
Then you'd
back
have
wall
to
here.
stare at it until you see the actual image.
I did test them out and made sure they all work.
They all work?
Yes.
How long do you have to stare at it for? I probably
If you
don't
cross
have
your
time.
eyes slightly, it seems to help. I can get them pretty quick now.
Oh,
But don't
I
hurt
had
yourself.
it. I had it and then I missed it. Tell me about this red car while I'm trying to do this.
This is a 1991 Honda Civic Special Edition. It's my car, actually. And,
Is it really?
Yeah, it's only got 31,000 original kilometers on it, and it's an absolute survivor. Every one of these cars had been modified or rusted out or driven into the ground. This car was well loved by its original previous owner, and we have restored it to absolute perfection.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's available to somebody who will love it as much as I do, or I'll just keep it. Whatever.
Yeah. It'll just be mine forever, and that'll be the end of it.
That's kind of how I feel about a lot of stuff I have.
Yeah. Okay, well, Luke is taking us into the arcade, so you really, and you brought back like original computers.
Oh, yes.
Or what are we playing on there?
So that's our upgrade for this year. We had the arcade machines last time around, as well as some of the consoles that we grew up with as well. But this time we've also added a Commodore 64, Pentium 1, and a Mac G3.
This is so, oh my gosh, and the original Nintendo.
Yep, so we have Nintendo, Atari, Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis, as well as, again, the computers that you see over here.
So I would never leave this room.
Yeah, there's no
Pretty
reason to
much.
leave this room.
Yeah,
It's
like
probably just
I've seen what I need to see.
Yeah. And for $5 for anybody who comes to the show, they
Yep.
get a pass and they can come in and go as they want for the entire duration of the show.
Oh, that's amazing. All right, well, thanks so much, Justin. We've
No
had so
problem.
much fun in here.
Awesome.
I'm going
Thank you for
to
coming.
play some games, I
Yeah,
think.
please do.
I have to do anything or can I just
No,
play?
just go for it.
Just go for it.